where does quadratic formula came from? So first thing, we will write the standard equation of quadratic equation, which is ex squared plus bx plus c all equals to 0. We will going to derive this equation so that we will come a quadratic formula. First, we will factor a out of the equation. So a x squared plus b over a x plus c over a equals 0. Next, multiply a 1 over a from both sides of the equations. So multiply 1 over a. So a, rewrite first. So c over a equals 0. Then multiply both sides by 1 over a. So this will cancel and nothing happens to the right side of the equation because it is just a 0. Any number multiplied by 0 is equal to 0. The c over a is equal to 0. Now what we're going to do is that we will isolate the constant term the right hand side of the equation. The constant term is c over a. So c over a will be isolated to the right hand side of the equation. It will become negative c over a. Next, we will make this left hand side of the equation into a perfect square trinomial. So how to make a binomial into a perfect square trinomial is this is a quadratic equation without with a zero value of c. So we will turn this into a perfect square trinomial by adding the half and the half squared of the numerical coefficient b. So x squared plus b over a x plus the half squared of that one, so a all over 2 the half, then square this thing. So what you did on the left hand side of the equation, you must do also to the right hand side of the equation. So it is c over a. We'll also add this thing, so b over a all over 2 all squared. Next, simplify. X squared plus b over a x plus simplify, that should be b squared all over 4a squared, 4a squared. Okay, same arrange. So we will put first the positive or and then with a bigger degree, so be 4a squared minus c over a. Done. Then since this is already a perfect square trinomial, we can factor this directly. Take the square the first term and take the square the last term, then find the sign of the second degree. So square root of x squared is x plus the square root of b squared over 4a squared is just b over 2a, which is b over 2a, and this is square. Okay, then equals by multiplying this one by 4a, which is the uh, if we multiply this thing by 4a over 4a, nothing just happens, so it just equal to 1. So what happened to this is it will become 4ac and 4a squared over 4a squared. So we can now subtract the two because we have the same denominator. It's a 4a squared or 4a squared. So you can combine the two terms. So b squared minus 4a squared minus 4ac, I'm sorry, 4ac all over 4a squared, 4a squared. Next, take the square root so that the square of this one will be out, will be cancelled either. So if you square root right hand side also. So take the square root, take the square root. So x plus b over 2a, because it will cancel, and the square root of this thing cannot be, we cannot square root this directly. So left it, that one, but we can just square root the denominator, which is 2a. So what happens is plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Then isolate b over 2a so that we have left x variable to the left hand side of the equation, and that is our formula. So x is equals, this will be plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Then I transfer, so b over 2a transpose. Then so x is equals to combining, like have the same denominator, so we can directly combine those. So negative b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. This is a quadratic formula.